Hi, this is Linda Chapman. I'm back once more to try to figure out how to use the YouTube here. I'm continuing to work on my books here, and I have a passage I'd like to read to you. This is part of my beginning of my book, and I'd like to read a part of it so you can really tell what it's all about. This book has changed my life. I expect it will have the same effect on you. I look at families in a different way, realizing full well that idyllic childhood I had is not the same as many other children had. Unfortunately, there are too many Lindas in the world, and too many of them are living next door or down the street from us. I cried for the little girl who faced so many forms of unnecessary abuse. I cried for the relationships she endured. I marveled at how she managed through all her hardships of raising her children alone, hungry, and penniless. Drying my tears and taking a deep breath, I realized how lucky my life has been. I wish I could have been there for her while she was living through her own personal hell. Maybe I could have offered some help or put out my hand in friendship to her. Maybe, but I also wonder why someone else didn't give the help I wish I could have. Through Linda's eyes, I have been shown that things are not always as they appear on the surface. Hell can be living behind any pretty front door in the finest neighborhoods. A child can be suffering through unimaginable abuse, and there is no way of ever knowing about it until it's way too late. The knowledge of such things make you want to look closer and find every single one of those children. I admire the courage it took Linda to write this story. I look at her today and wonder how she ever made it out alive. She's a beautiful person who cares deeply about children hiding in basements and cellars to avoid being abused. She cares because she is one of them and knows firsthand the fear and despair they live through. When I first met her, she said, "If I can touch just one child and give them hope, then it's all worth it." I wonder about her statement, "When can child abuse the kind Linda suffered through ever be worth it?" I didn't understand. The more I get to know Linda, the more I begin to understand what she meant. 64 years later, Linda can still be found teary-eyed, trying to imagine what might have been in her life rather than what it was. To many, it might be just another story, but to her, it was the beginning of her life. Today, as much as she wishes she could go back and change things, she realizes she has to move on. It would be easy for her to bury the memories and pretend they never happened, but they did. And remembering Linda has a cause. She recognized there is no dignity in giving up. She recognizes that if her words in the telling of her story can help just one person, then she has done her job. She says that in the end it's about the next generation and the changes we can make to see that our children never live through what she has. I was stock cold when Linda said, "I've learned the greatest risk in thinking is too small." Greatest risk is thinking too small, excuse me. She admits that since age 13, she had a dream of writing a book to tell the story of her life. She says she wrote new pages every day and made mental notes to hold on to because she was sure one day she would realize her dream. I was flattered when she asked me to read what she wrote. I was flattered because the day she waited for had finally come and she wanted to share it with me. Handing me the manuscript, she said, "I am blessed with the opportunity of a lifetime to finally share my story in life. There has to be a respect for human life and dignity. For generations, child abuse and physical battering were kept secret and not recognized as a problem in our society. It was always considered a family matter and dealt with behind closed doors. What happened in the family stayed in the family. And abuse became a way of life, giving the impression there was no way out. Well, I've found my way out." Yes, she has. Linda found her way out and finally found redemption by telling a story that unfortunately too many people will not understand but identify with. Through the pain and sorrow, Linda has finally found love and happiness. She knows she found it only because she never gave up and continued to persevere. She found people will treat you the way you allow them to, and you should always expect goodness to happen because it will. Linda's story is done, but the story of abuse and pain continues. Her dream is for it to end everywhere. Here's to helping to make her dream come true. And I thank you to my friend that helped me put this book together. And it's called Beyond the Eyes of God. It can be bought by Linda J. Chapman. Can be bought on Amazon and on Kindle. I've contacted lots of newspapers and magazines, even the Dr. Phil show. So I'm hoping that some of them will step up and reach back like I've been reaching back to people now for some time. So I hope you all join me, reach back, buy the book, promote the book, tell your friends and family, and wish all the best to you. So here's reaching back to you. Thank you.